Geek Vision.
Hey everyone, Dave here, and I'm at MAGFest with the one and only Linkara Lovhaug. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing just fine. How are you doing?
I am tired.
It's 2 in the morning.
It is 2 in the morning, and we just had some very rough auditions.
I am yours to command, Masterly One.
I didn't even get a chance to tell him I loved him.
You have been doing videos for some time on the internet.
About 4 or 5 years now.
You've been keeping to a weekly schedule for Top the Fourth Wall, sticking to the schedule for quite a long time, and as of late you've been doing a lot more bonus videos in addition. You've been doing some vlogs, some riffs, Long Box of the Damned. How do you stay so productive?
Lots and lots of drugs. Now, it's hard to say exactly. Really, it's a lot of just drive, ambition, and inspiration to work on something. Usually, if I'm really devoted to wanting to do something like Long Box of the Damned or the riff, and I'm like, I just gotta do this, gotta get it out of my system, gotta do this, and it just drives me enough to do it.
Well, I wish I had your drive, sir.
Oh, thank you. You are too kind.
You were one of the first people to really incorporate storylines into your reviews. You incorporated a lot of comic book style storylines into a comic book review show. What was it that first made you think, I'm gonna sort of test the limits of the medium, what we can do with review shows here?
Really? Well, when it began, it was just a way of me thinking, I should give them something else for them to, another reason for them to come back week after week, something to get invested in. We'd still have the reviews every episode, but this would give them an extra incentive to, watch the full way through and make sure something wasn't going on. When I wanted to start testing the limits of the medium, probably around the time of the Entity Saga, I wanted to start trying to incorporate a bit more alternate reality game. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do it as well as actually the fans were, because the fans started creating their own, I don't remember if it's alternate reality or augmented reality, one of those, ARG, where they started implanting codes and other things into blog posts and whatnot, and it was very clever. The only things that I were doing was like a static, like 1 or 2 frames of like a secret message that would provide very cryptic but clues to the identity of the entity.
Early on your stories, they always seem to culminate in an action sequence, which must have been tricky to film when you were often the only actor on camera.
Oh God, yes. When you're doing something like that, you really should. I didn't do it. You really should storyboard out stuff like that to maintain continuity. Now, it's easier if it's like Linkara, who wears the exact same outfit I'm wearing, just with gloves or a ripped face or something like that. But still, it's tricky to do that. And then have to remember, like, oh crap, I don't remember where I was. Okay, gotta look at the footage. Okay, now I've got to do that. Or in some cases, you got to green screen it, or you got to do a split screen, or the best way is an After Effects masking tool to put 2 of yourself on the screen at the same time. But it's an intensive process, especially if you're doing it frame by frame, to try to have one of yourself punching the other.
As of late, you've been doing more than just the action sequences. You've been trying new mediums of storytelling, such as the Harvey Fine voice backstory recently. Without spoiling too much for the future, what other sort of things are you thinking about experimenting with?
Well, I will say it's not a different medium. A medium would be internet videos, which is what I've already got. But
genre is what I meant to say, but it's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. I understand. Yeah. The thing is, after the Entity arc, we've been having this slow progression. Linkara, evil robot duplicate trying to kill me, then Universe Conqueror, and then finally godlike being. And I realized I couldn't, do anything larger than that, and it was already kind of ridiculous that I beat a god, not using an action scene, but still I was still defeating something that powerful. So I realized that I needed to take, instead of trying to do bigger and better and all that, instead I would take the show internally, start developing characters, make it more emotional, have character arcs throughout the show instead. And I think that'll work a lot better as the show progresses outwards. As for what we're doing in the future, we're still going to do some action stuff. The next storyline is going to be action-oriented. It's probably going to be a delay after the end of this current storyline because I need a break. A lot of people say that this current storyline is the longest. It's not. It's just that we had so much condensed into a set period of time because I needed to hit certain beats at certain times. So in this case, It just was a lot, very intensive in a very short amount of time. So I'm going to take a break, plan things out, make everything all perfect, and then we'll resume storylines again with some action stuff, some silly stuff, and more character development down the road.
And finally, before we close here tonight, what is the one biggest piece of advice you either wish you had gotten or just that you did get and you would like to impart to other video makers?
I didn't get any advice from my peers. They were actually kind of assholes. No, I will admit I didn't really get a lot of advice because a lot of us were just starting out and we just managed to, by chance, get where we are. But in terms of wisdom I would like to impart upon people, even if you aren't funny, be entertaining. If you are passionate about something, if you care about something, hold our attention and share that with us. Make us feel the same thing you feel.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me. You know where to find Linkara on the internet, that guy with the glasses, and atopfourthwall.blogspot.com. Keep checking doggins.com and geekvision.tv for more videos from MAGFest, and I will see you next time.
Check out the rest of my interviews with people like the Nostalgia Critic, Spoonie, Jonathan Colton, and more. Plus more videos from MAGFest and other conventions, comedy sketches, Disney World reviews, and whatever else I feel like uploading.